10.5 Venn diagrams. Now in the past we used Venn diagrams to help us sort data to find the HCF and the LCM. So if we had two numbers where one was 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 and the other was 2 times 3 times 7 times 11, what we can do is we can have the two circles to represent each data and the bit in the middle to be the overlap. So we can see that a 2 occurs for both numbers, so we can put a 2 in there, and also a 3 occurs for both numbers, so we can also put 3 in the overlap. In the first circle then we'd put the remaining 2 and 5, and in the second we'd put the 7 and the 11. And from there we could work out that the HCF was 2 times 3, which is 6, and the LCM would be 2 times 5 times 2 times 3 times 7 times 11. So we've looked at Venn diagrams in the past, and we're looking at them now again in the context of data. So the overlap between the two groups is the number of items that are common. So we've looked at that with this numerical example here. The 2 and the 3 are both common. The total number of each group should be contained within the circle. So within the first circle we've got the 2, 3, 2 and 5, which are the 4 terms in the product. And similarly in the second circle we've got 4 terms, and we've got 4 terms in the product. So here we have a group of 50 children who were asked if they liked Teletubbies and if they liked Rosie and Jim. 12 liked Rosie and Jim, 42 liked the Teletubbies, and 8 liked both. So to draw a Venn diagram showing all of this, so what we know is the total in the Venn diagram must add up to 50 because that's how many children were asked. We'll have a Teletubby circle, and we'll have a Rosie and Jim circle. And there's an overlap because we know some people liked both. So if we start off then with those 8 who liked both, they'll go in the overlap. We know that 42 people in total liked the Teletubbies, so everyone in the Teletubby circle will be 42. Now we've already got 8 of them, so if we do 42 take away 8, we get 34, so that means that 34 people liked only the Teletubbies. We're told that 12 like Rosie and Jim. Now we've already got 8 who like Rosie and Jim, so that means that 4 children liked only Rosie and Jim. Now if we look at what the numbers within the Venn diagram add up to, so we know that 34 and 8 is 42, plus 4 more is 46, so that means that there must be 4 pupils who don't like either of Teletubbies or Rosie and Jim. So we've drawn our Venn diagram. How many people did not like either program? Well, we've just worked that out to be 4. And how many children liked only Rosie and Jim? So only Rosie and Jim is this part of the circle that is exclusive to Rosie and Jim. So what we know then is that there were 4 people, again, who only liked Rosie and Jim. We can extend Venn diagrams to 3 items as well. We can extend it to as many different items as we want, but for the sake of Year 10 Maths, it would only be practical to go up to 3. And the general idea of this is that you start from the middle and work your way out again. So if we've got our 3 circles, then we start with the overlap part, and then the overlap for all 3, and then we look at the overlap between all 2, or each pairing separately, and then we look at the full circle. And so we work away from the middle out again. So what we have a group of 80 people, so that means everybody contained within the rectangle is going to be 80. 38 people said they liked apples, 42 liked bananas, and 14 liked cherries. 6 people liked all 3. Now that's the overlap between all 3 circles, so I'm going to start there. 6. The other thing as well I should be doing, I suppose, is labelling each circle. So A for apples, B for bananas, and C for cherries. So 20 people liked apples and bananas. So that's this part here. And if 6 people liked apples and bananas, we've already counted for them. That means that there must be 14 in that top part. 10 of the people who like cherries, so those are the people within the circle. 10 of the ones who like cherries also like bananas. So what we know is that this overlap has to add to 10. We've already got 6. So that means there must be 4 people in that part. And we also know that 6 people like cherries and apples. So that means that this overlap must add up to 6. But we've already got 6, so that means the other portion is 0. So there's nobody who likes apples and cherries only. Again, now we can go back to the number who liked apples. So we know that there are 38 liked apples. So that means this circle has to add to 38. We've already got 20 of them. So that means there must be 18 in the only apple part. We know that 42 like bananas. So there must be 42 in this circle. Now we've got 10 and 14. So that's 24 already. So to get from 24 to 42, we'll take that away and we get 18. So we've got 18 people who liked only bananas. And 14 like cherries. So in the cherry circle there should be 14. We've got 10 already, which means there must be another 4 needed in the circle. So what we need to do now is figure out how many people are outside the 3 circles. So if we add together all the numbers, we're going to have 18 and 14 and 6 and 18 and 4 and 4. And if we add those up, we get 64, and taking that away from 80, we get 16. So that means that 16 people didn't like bananas, apples or cherries. So how many people liked apples and bananas but not cherries? So people who liked apples and bananas but not cherries. So that's these 14 in here. So these people here liked apples and bananas, but these 6 liked cherries. So these are the number of people who liked apples and bananas but not cherries. How many people liked none of the fruit? Well, we worked that out to be 16. How many people liked just one of the fruits? So just one then, that's going to be people who liked only apples. So that's going to be those 18. And the people who liked only bananas, so that's those 18. And then we've got 4 people who liked only cherries. So if we add them together, we've got 18, 18 and 4. And adding those together, we get 40. So 40 people just liked one fruit. How many people liked at least 2 of the fruits? So at least 2 is 2 or more. So what we know is that these 14 liked 2, they liked apples and bananas. These 6 liked apples, bananas and cherries, so they liked at least 2. And these 4 people as well liked bananas and cherries. So that's all for at least 2. So we've got 14 and 6 and 4. If we add those together, we get 24. So there were 24 people who liked at least 2 of the fruits. So to work these out, start in the middle with the overlap of all 3. Then go to the duplicates for 2. And then work for what's remaining in each circle. Once we've got those, add up all the numbers within the Venn diagram and take that away from the total that were involved to get the number outside of the circles.